So, how's January so far?
Cold.
Cold? Okay, show of hands wherever you are. Who here already wanted to bite someone's head off because of annoyance? Maybe it's a friend, a sibling, your boss, a colleague, yeah. Or perhaps who here already feels a bit frustrated and sad because of the weather? It's dark, it's so cold, there's a lot of traffic, train delays in general. Or who amongst us have been looking inwards, asking yourself, who am I? What am I supposed to do? What's my freaking purpose? Where am I going? Yeah, you're not alone. Because I also raise my hands in all those questions. And that's why we're here today, so I can help and guide you in creating your own sanctuary anytime and anywhere. So you may have a place of retreat to recalibrate, so you may be more productive, creative, and abundant. Okay. Oh no, this one. Ta-da. Okay. For any of us to have a chance to thrive and flourish, we must first feel the need to be safe. And one of my favorite psychologists, Abraham Maslow, depicted in his hierarchy of needs our needs and motivations as people. And in his theory, there are 5 levels. And just like in a video game, there are tasks in each level that we must fulfill to reach the pinnacle, self-actualization. So what is it exactly? First one is physiologic needs. We need to secure our basic needs, and that includes food, clothing, shelter, freedom from pain, breathing, freedom of sexual expression. That's part of that. Safety and security. We need to feel holistically healthy and safe wherever we may be, anytime and anywhere. At work, at home, outside, going to the mall, going to the supermarket. The third one is love and belonging. We need that meaningful connection, relationships, intimacy, belonging to your tribe, a group. The fourth one is self-esteem, which includes validation and respect from others and also from ourselves for ourselves. And the last one at the top is self-actualization, which according to Maslow, only a few people reach the top, and that's achieving our fullest potential. Now, failure to fulfill those needs result to, what is this word? Stress. Yes, and according to WHO, World Health Organization, stress is the health epidemic of the 21st century. So even before Corona, hey, stress has already been there, and research show that it will grow in the years to come. And when stress is prolonged, unmanaged, unchecked, it could lead to burnout, anxiety, and depression, just to name a few. And these 3 collectively already cost the global economy around $1 trillion in lost productivity yearly. And how might it affect you? It could actually affect your thought processes, your moods, your emotions, which could directly impact your income, career, personal and professional relationships. That's why we're here today. So if stress is a barren landscape, then where is Garden of Eden, where we should be? And that is homeostasis. Homeostasis is the place to be, not stress, because nothing grows in a place of stress. And homeostasis is that inner state of balance, which our body systems need to function properly, to heal, to be more successful, to thrive, and to flourish. And we can achieve homeostasis as early as the base level of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where we first need to feel safe. So, let's take this as an example. Oh my gosh, what is this photo? I have no idea. No, just kidding. I know that many of us are already sick of this topic, as am I. However, this is our collective experience and nearly everyone in this room from front to back has something to say about it. So let's retrace our steps back to March 2020 just briefly, when the entire world completely shut down. Ask yourself, hey, for example, Annika, how did that make you feel? Just think about it. Be honest with yourself. And for me personally, and with many people I've spoken with, in the first week, we were confused. However, we were also having fun because we didn't know what was coming and we could binge watch all night, sleep very late, have watch parties. We had a break from going to work physically. We had a break from people we didn't like at the office, and we could just do whatever we want. Not until it seemed to drag on forever and companies started to implement work from home policies without proper guidelines. And that's when many of us finally realized that, hey, workspace is starting to invade my personal sanctuary. Not to mention, negative headlines also constantly bombarded us with themes of loss, lack, and grief. And then many of us felt so threatened from unknown and known sources. Many of us felt so unsafe. I personally felt very distraught because my constant exposure to stress became actual burnout, anxiety, and depression. I was barely surviving, and I'm sure I'm not alone when I say that, as I coped with shallow self-care. Shallow self-care is what I call it. It's a form of escapism, and many of us have our own escape drugs, quote unquote. Mine happens to be shopping, binge watching, decorating my space. Now look inward. What could be your own shallow self-care? Eating out, escaping the things, video games. Each of us has this. And for the longest time, this is how I coped with normal challenges. It actually worked until it did not, because I didn't realize that the pandemic stress was larger than life. I've never experienced such a scale. And that's why we are here today. I am here today to remind you that the right kind of self-care has to come from within, and it has to help you and empower you transform negative habits into healthy ones. And that's why we are doing our Senses Sanctuary. So I can help you create your own anytime and anywhere. And this is a safe space that you can tap into wherever you may be, whenever you feel overwhelmed, and you can recalibrate yourself. I only request that you have an open mind and open heart. And we will actually do it today as a practice, so you can take it home with you and you can do it even without me. Okay. I invite everybody to close your eyes if you wish to. If you don't feel comfortable, it's also okay. Just maintain a soft gaze and just follow my voice. Now breathe in and out. You are in a room, your room, and you wish to paint the walls however you want. Slowly look down on the ground and you will see a paint bucket with your favorite color. Slowly bend and pick up the paintbrush and slowly dip it in the bucket. Look at the bucket and look at the color. What's that color? It's a color that you love, a color that gives you positive emotions, a color that makes you joyful. When you're ready, paint the walls of your room however you like it. In the count of 3, paint it. 1, 2, and 3. Paint your walls upside down, side to side, or if you're feeling more adventurous, splash it all around the room. Paint your walls however you like it to be. Perfect. Now make sure you also have a window so natural light can come in. Design your room how you want it to be. Add some plants, some flowers here and there. And also, add a very comfortable spot to sit. Good job. Slowly walk towards that comfortable spot. It may be a couch, a bed, or a fluffy carpet. Slowly sit down and inhale and exhale. Now listen closely to what you hear. Is there a relaxing music playing in the background? Tune in. Is it your favorite song? Or is it very still? Maybe you can hear the chirping of the birds from the garden. Or perhaps your space is near the beach and you can hear the soft crashing of the waves on the shore. Lean in and just listen. And breathe in and out. Now in your room, you have your favorite scent. It could come from a scented candle. Light your candle slowly. Inhale it and exhale. What do you smell? Is your favorite lavender? Does it smell like fresh cut grass? Does it smell like your grandma's basement? Or perhaps it smells like a library, or the burning of the wood from the chimney. Just breathe it in and out. Now you're still in your favorite spot. If you're feeling cold, have a fluffy carpet underneath your feet. Wiggle your toes and press against it. If you want to feel more cozy, wrap yourself in a fluffy blanket and feel the warmth from outside to within. If you want a bit of fresh air, open the window in your room and feel the gentle breeze touch your face and your hair. Now breathe in and out and let out a sigh. Good job. Now in your room, you can have as many coffee or tea as you want. You can also have your favorite food. Maybe your favorite soup that your mom used to cook you, or a pie that your grandma baked you, or a croissant from your favorite bakery. Have a sip, have a bite. Let the flavors explode in your mouth. Feel it down your throat, go into your tummy, warming it up, giving you nourishment and energy. This is your sanctuary, your safe space, where you can just be yourself. Now breathe in and out. Slowly lift your hands and put them on top of your heart. And please repeat after me. Tell yourself out loud or in your head, I am safe and loved. I am safe and loved. On 3, we will open our eyes. 1, you're slowly going back to consciousness. 2, it's time to breathe in and out. And say, and 3, you're slowly opening your eyes. And welcome back. That's your sanctuary that you can always tap into wherever you may be, even with or without me. And I encourage the people in our community to actually draw it, to paint it, to really write it down so you can visualize it. It's easier to visualize and tap into it when you've seen it. Feel free to redecorate it anytime according to your needs. It's your own, and it's a place of retreat so you may recalibrate. For example, there's a very stressful deadline coming up. Like client is already telling you, hey, Doris, when are you sending this thing? It's like, I know, I have a lot of things to do. So take a step back. It's okay. Tap into it, take at least 5 minutes of your time. And then when you're ready, go back and address the task at hand. And then the fun part is the same principles that we used for our inner sense of sanctuary, we can also apply. Before we go there, I'll first tell you what the science behind it. Good thing I have this thing. So yeah, it's not all woo-woo. So there's actually science called conditioning. And scientists say that when we do this, we retrain our brains to calm down and have a sense of peace whenever we tap into it. And at the end of the sense of sanctuary, we also put our hands on top of our heart and said, I am safe and loved. Now, why is this crucial? How we speak to ourselves matter. Okay? Researchers say that our brain can regenerate itself through repeated actions. And backed by science, it's called neuroplasticity. So for example, when you talk to yourself so negatively, with lots of shame, lots of guilt, then the more it will transpire from inwards to outwards, and you will see more negative things, and that's what you will ingest inside of you. But when you speak yourself with kindness, compassion, love, and patience, I know it sounds so cringe and icky maybe for some, but that's how it is. How you treat yourself will be a reflection of you inwards to outwards. And this one, I request everybody to speak and say it aloud with me. Talk to yourself like you would to someone you love, by Brené Brown. Why is this important? Because simply, you deserve it. Others will treat you how you first treat yourself. So it has to start from within. If there's one thing that I wish for you to take away from this talk, at least this one, I'm already very happy. And as mentioned, you can practice your inner sense of sanctuary in your outer environment, and that's the more fun thing. You can do it in your home or in your workspace where you spend most of your time. And how do we do that? Studies show that whenever we add plants or pops of color like blue, pink, lavender, and green, it provides you that sense of tranquility that you need to have that sense of balance. And then research also shows that aromas like fresh cut grass, lavender, frankincense, citrus smell gives you that sense of calm and also cleanliness. It clears your mind. Also, for sound, this is one of my favorites. Whenever my anxiety is so heightened, I play it in a background. Pick a Spotify background theme and let the fan just play the steady rain, the sound of the steady water flow. And this is what we call as white noise. And it gives you that sense of peace, calm, and relaxation as well. It helps you to be more creative, even. As for touch, research show that elements of wood around you gives you that sense of grounding, keeps you grounded in the moment. Also, curved edges gives you that sense of safety, again, that sanctuary. And then something very fluffy and a weighted blanket can make you feel safe. And then it can help you function even more. As for taste, tea in general is a relaxing beverage because of L-theanine. But my favorite question to ask the people I meet is, what is your favorite food? What's your comfort food? Make sure you treat yourself once in a while. Make sure you have that sense of home if you get it from food. Because that space will give you that sense of safety, yet again, your sanctuary. And then you could take it even further. Outdoors. Find your sanctuary outdoors, like whenever we're walking, for example, in Munich. Using the same principles that we practice for our inner one and the home edition, we also have outdoors. Ask yourself, here, let's walk along Marienplatz. What do I see? Wow, majestic architecture from the Rathaus. Pause, have a look. Amazing. Or maybe you're walking along the Isar. Pause. What do I hear? Chirping of the birds, the flow of the water. Lean into that. Maybe going to work, walk, walk, walk. There's a pizzeria. I wonder what that smells like, that salami pizza. Breathe it in and try to imagine the taste in your mouth, even just for 5 seconds. Or maybe when you're not feeling so creative as that, just walk slowly down the street. Feel your steps against the ground, against the gravity. Look down. Is the ground smooth? What's the feeling of the cobblestone? Just try to press against it. Try to look up. Look at the building. Lots of glass. That seems to be very smooth. Feels very cold. Lots of bricks. Feels a bit rough. What I'm asking you is to just pause, reflect, breathe. Imagine or observe how your environment makes you feel, because that will give you a lot of insight of who you are from within. And that's where it starts. Because I believe that the art of living is to thrive and flourish. And yes, I just quoted myself. Yes, once again, let's all say it. The art of living is to thrive and flourish. And we can establish it when we start from within, when we feel safe from within. So I challenge you, starting from today, to start from within, look inwards, have some time to reflect, and be the sanctuary that you need. And when you're ready, be a sanctuary for others in the world. Can you do that? I know you can. I believe in you. And I'm Louise, your first tea mindfulness fairy. And thank you so much for spending your morning with me. Thank you.